Okay, it's bench update time. So what are we working on? We started with the Ram truck. This is the first version of the Ram truck from Moebius. And I started to, let's get this over here. That's the box. So I've already painted the cab. I had done some work on the inside here. There's different things that are molded inside here, and I wanted to get rid of those and smooth it out a little bit. I also sanded off the drip rail, and if there was any emblems I took those off too, but I'm not sure if there was any or not. And I just wanted to make it look a little different. So that's basically ready to go. Painted the underside of the hood, got the wheels. I have the chassis done, pretty much. I've got the engine. That's a pretty long chassis. Luckily Moebius molded it as one piece, which is, you know, just the ladder chassis was one piece. That was pretty cool. You don't have to worry about, you know, lining up all the cross members and making sure it's square, and it doesn't, you don't have to do all that. So that came out nice. The funny part is when I got to the ramp bed, which I really didn't have too much of a problem putting it together. I probably should have saved this till later because it would have been easier to mask off these to paint them silver. But when I started to paint it, I started looking at it and I just really didn't like the way these hinges were on here, like they're sticking out. I wanted them to be smooth, and then there's these rails right here. I'm not sure what those were. They're run the top of the doors, but so I wanted to sand those off. So it's at a standstill right now because I sanded off all the rivets on here, and I want to sand all this other stuff off. I want the whole thing to be smooth. I don't mind the door locks, but I just want the whole thing to be smooth. And because I don't know why, I just don't like it that way. I just don't like all that stuff sticking out. So once I get all that done, then I'll put some more paint on it, and then I'll probably mask these off and paint them silver to look like aluminum, and that would get that going. And then it'd just be a matter of putting the cab together, putting that on the chassis, and then getting the whole thing going. It's funny because it tells you to put the steps, and the directions tell you to glue the horns on, the sound horns. And I glued them on there, but once you glue them on the radiator, you can't slip the cab over the chassis, like, you know, when you want to mock it up and everything. So just as a tip, I took them off, but don't glue the horns on until later. And then you'll be able to just slip it on the chassis, because I just want to make sure everything lines up, especially when I go to match up the bed and the cab and everything else. So I still got to put the firewall in there, the interior and all that. I just want to make sure everything fits. So don't glue your horns on when they tell you to do it. Save those till later. And that's what I've gotten done on that so far. The other model that I started on was the 66 Fairlane. All of these require paint to dry and sanding. My least favorite thing is body work. I just can't tell you how much I hate body work. So I painted this black. This is with a I would call it hardware store paint, but I've used it for many years, and I've done this once before and I had pretty good luck with it on a body. So I said, well, you know, I'm going to go ahead and paint the body with it. And it came out nice. It's really glossy and shiny, but there are dust specks in it. The only thing about this paint is because it's very high gloss, it takes a minimum of a week to dry. I mean, a long time. So it's pretty much dry now. and then I'm going to lightly sand over it and sand out all those dust particles. They're so tiny. I mean, really, if you don't really look at it a certain way or get up close, you're not even going to see them. But I want to just get them off of there. Once I do that, I can spray over the body with another coat of paint, or I could clear it. I've done it both ways, and then it would be fine. So that's what we've got on that. This is pretty much at a standstill because I'm going to use the, I painted the chassis flat black, and I started on the engine, but I'm going to use some of the parts from the parts pack right here. So I just need a few parts from this parts pack, mainly the blower setup. So I'm going to use that. This is a 427, of course. This is a 427 also. So I already stripped those parts. I took all the chrome off of them, cleaned them up, and I'm going to sand it maybe a little where it's needed, and then maybe primer it and just make sure it looks good. Because all this stuff has seams on it. This has a big seam on it, you know, that needs to be dealt with. So you have to strip all the chrome off this stuff to deal with the seams. So that'll be fine. But that's where we're at on that. Mainly I'm just waiting, I was waiting for this paint to dry. We've also had lousy weather this week and a half, 2 weeks. I mean, it's been raining nearly almost every day. The humidity's been very high. So, repainting or painting anything is out of the question, so it's just a matter of body work. But you know, the paint doesn't really dry that quick, even when the humidity is dry. When the humidity is high, I should say. And another thing I've got going on is I'm working on this GMC Sonoma, which is, I really like Lindberg's 1/20th scale. You know, they're at the end before they, I don't know about going out of business, but until round two accumulated them and everything and bought them or whatever. But I mean, they started pumping out 1/20th scale kits. And, you know, there's just so many modelers just get stuck in their head and just, I don't understand it, why there's specific scales they don't want to deal with. But I love 1/20th scale. I like 1/24, but I love 1/20 as well because it's just a bigger model to work with. And actually you can see the difference here. I mean, the blue one's 1/25 and the red one's 1/20th. I mean, you're just getting a bigger model. I mean, it's not quite 1/18 or 1/16, but you know, like 1/18 is a standard die-cast size, and for whatever reason, everybody loves that size. But 1/20 is you know, almost there, so you get a lot of model for your money. I mean, those kits usually ran the same price as a 1/24 or 1/25. So, but I really like them. It's molded in red. It's going to be. I'm going to paint it Tester's bright red, which I've already painted the underside of the hood here just to see what it looked like, and you can tell it's it's almost it's primarily a perfect match. I mean, it matches the red plastic perfectly. So I shot this right over plastic with no primer, so I'm going to try to do it without primer, which I've done a bazillion times, but because gray primer to me will just darken the red, and I don't really want that. And if I shoot it with white primer, it just may lighten it a little bit. So I haven't decided what to do. If I do it, I'm going to do it with white primer, but at least on the body. The chassis, I've got all the other parts here. Again, it's been hard to really paint anything with the weather and all. So there's 2 sets of wheels with this truck. So it only has a 6-cylinder, but that's fine. We'll see what happens with it. I don't know necessarily it's going to be a lot of modifications to it because it's a pretty cool truck already. It's 4-wheel drive. It has these fender flares, which are a separate part. I still have to glue those onto the body before I paint it. Like I said, it's got 2 sets of wheels. These wheels here are chrome in the box, but I may shoot them with a dark metallic to get them to look like these wheels here, the stock wheels. I kind of like that look, and I like that they say GMC on the center cap. So we'll see what happens. I don't really think there's any extra parts in here as far as anything that goes in a bed. No, I don't remember any, but if I see any, we'll cross that bridge at the next video. Now, I did get some of the Fusion Firm to try, and on this S10 Sonoma, SLS, might be an S15, but anyway, I used this Fusion Firm on the valve covers for the first time. I've never used this product before, and I'm really surprised. It really has a very nice look to it. I mean, it's pretty close to chrome. There's a little dimple booger there where I missed it. It's pretty much dry now. It's been setting for days because I just haven't had time to even get to this kit and work on it. But it came out really nice. What I've noticed is when you, I don't know if anybody ever showed anybody this. So sorry, it's not in the box. It's over here. Of course, you have to shake it up really good before you use it. But this comes with a tip that has a brush in it. So I used that brush that came with it and put it on here. I think what they want you to do, because they tell you that if you put it on, don't go over it, or don't go over it too many times. Just one time is what I think they want you to do. So in order to do that, you want a lot of this paint or whatever it is on the brush, and then just one stroke. So that's what I did with these valve covers. I just a couple of times, maybe like half the width of the brush, I did like 2 strokes on top of each one of these, and then I went around the edges. And I think they want you to put it on thick. And what happens is it settles. So if you put it on thin, right here, I think that's what that dimple is right there, is it's red plastic. And I can see that I didn't put on enough paint to let it flow and cover that up. So I may take a toothpick and try to touch it up, but I wouldn't put another coat on top of this because I don't think that's going to work. I think something might go bad trying that because they tell you to. I'm just saying because they tell you to put it on there in like one stroke if you can, just put a lot of paint on there and just leave it alone and let it settle by itself. That's what I'm thinking. So that may help you. It may not. But I figured I'd try it on the valve covers. If it doesn't work, then I just strip them and paint it or something like that. Because it's molded in red. There's very few chrome parts in this kit to begin with. So that's the intake manifold, which, knowing newer cars, that's probably made out of plastic, which means it's probably going to be black. Matter of fact, I might paint I've got the whole engine in primer because there's a nasty seam that runs all along the whole engine and transmission. So I had to deal with that seam. And of course, once you start sanding on all that nonsense, you're going to have to primer it. So, but back in these days, I think GM painted all their engines black, probably because they leaked. They didn't want anybody to see that, right? I don't know. But this will probably get a coat of black. Gloss black, and we'll deal with the rest of it, but it will still look pretty nice with some chrome valve covers on it, just for a little bit of dress up. And that's it. I'm working on those 3 projects. I did get some work done on the Jeep, but that's for another video at the beginning of the month for the Jeep build update. And that's it. It's not much, but I am working on a model. It's just lately, with the weather and everything, I can't do any painting, and the high humidity, just painting's been out of the question. And because I've got body work to do on this, I want to sand this smooth, and then I've got sanding to do on this, just light sanding to get the dust particles out of there, and then I'll have to paint it or clear it again. So, and all that work backs up when you can't do it. So that's why I started on the Sonoma, because I needed to get in there and build something. And I'm one of those people, I don't want to build all the other parts of the kit and then the paint. Just I want to get the paint. I want to get the body right, the way I want it, or at least acceptable to me. And once the body is acceptable, the rest of the model is easy to build. But I don't want to spend a lot of time building all the parts on the model and then the body just goes to hell. Because to me, I've just wasted my time. I used to do that, but I don't do that anymore. For instance, if the body was, let's say I messed up this body, I would just go on eBay, and usually there's somebody on there selling just the body. I would just get another body for like $10, $12 at the most, and then just repaint it a different color or go a different direction. So, but that all takes time, and I don't want to have a whole car built. You're matching the interior and other parts on the model to, usually you're matching it to the body color. So if something doesn't work out, and you have to change paint, and then you have to change paint, and it ends up being a different color, you don't want necessarily, unless it's black or white or something, you don't want the interior to not match the rest of the body color that you chose. So, and usually to me, a body is, of course, on a model car is the hardest part, in the sense that, if the paint doesn't work out or something happens, or you drop it, or you step on it, or bugs get in it, or whatever, whatever dirt, crap, whatever happens to it, or you get, it's a 2-tone or 3-tone, and one of the colors doesn't play nice with the other, and next thing you know, you got paint lifting off the body. Lots of things could happen, but as long as the body's okay, you'd be pretty cool on the rest of it, unless you really paint the interior some oddball color, and that just goes haywire, and then you reverse the problem. But that lately is the way I am, because I can always get another body. Usually somebody's always selling just the body, or and you don't have to buy a whole new kit to get a body most of the time, unless it's some collectible model or something like that. But that's where we're at. You can give it a like, a thumbs up if you don't mind, and subscribe. I got some more subscribers, I think, this week. We got the best subscribers here. You can hit that subscribe button and join. I don't have the most subscribers, but I've got some of the coolest subscribers, and that's good with me. All right, I'll let y'all go, and take care. Later.